Hello, everyone. It is nice to meet you again. Before I start, I'd like to ask our friend Victoria to do a Russian announcement about the translation function, and we'll continue from there.
Добрый вечер, уважаемые участники. Прежде чем мы приступим к нашей встрече, те, кому нужен перевод на русский язык, пожалуйста, обратите внимание на иконку в виде глобуса в нижней части экрана. Нажав на нее, вы сможете выбрать тот язык, на котором вам более удобно слушать конференцию. Спасибо.
Thank you so much. Victoria and Richard will appear now in 1 minute as Russian language translators. Great. I assume I assume they're translators now. Hi everyone, again from Washington D.C. We are connecting from different countries, different time zones now, and thank you for being with us. Thank you for attending the 2 days of the symposium, and I greatly hope that you learned a lot as much as we did. My name is Zviad Zinbaya, working for you all the time before and throughout this digital symposium and the Institute. I represent a partnership between International Center on Nonviolent Conflict and Georgian Strategic Analysis Center as a senior fellow at GSAC and as director of the Institute that is trying to do something valuable for you and something valuable for our common values, that is helping activists and democracy enthusiasts and democracy workers across the region to be better organizers and better strategists and better practitioners. And the purpose and objectives of the Institute and of the symposium and pathos was exactly this. Good. Today, we are going to do a brief orientation webinar. Will not take too long, no more than 1 hour. We'll try to make it shorter, but 1 hour would be maximum for us today. And I'll be doing some tour for you, virtual tour. I wish we could have met physically, but at some point we are hoping to meet all of you physically. So we got some brief agenda today. Before that, we see that we're joined by most of you, but for several of you who is not able to join us today, after this seminar, we'll post the recording of this orientation in our platform. And everybody else will be able to see it for the first time or repeatedly if you desire to revisit today's webinar. So what we have on the menu today is introduction of the course moderators and the course team generally, and then we'll walk you through the course schedule and the course platform, and also some of the things that you would be interested in terms of what to expect from us, from the moderators, and from the entire team, and also briefly what we expect from you, and some of the next steps and some of the logistics. Let's move on. So I believe we are joined by most of our people. I'll do a brief intro now for you, but also I will ask our course team to say hello to you and kick this entire process off. As I told you, my name is Zviad Adzimbai. I'm from Georgia originally, and I represent the consortium between ICNC and GSAC. We have our dear colleague and senior advisor, Maciej Bartkowski, Dr. Maciej Bartkowski from ICNC. We have Nuki Daraselia, my right hand and left hand and heart and backbone, who's been working hard to make this possible, who's a project manager from Georgian Strategic Analysis Center. We don't have Nini today here, but Nini Homerike is our colleague from GSAC, who is social media and web manager. She's been trying so far to make this experience known for as many people as possible through all the digital platforms that we have. And we have three wonderful moderators, Greg Frolov, Andrei Kurglashov, and Svetlana Shmeleva. And on top of our three moderators, it's going to be myself, Maciej, and Nuki, who will also be joining them as moderators and making this experience as valuable to you as we can. So that said, before I move on, I would love to ask Maciej to say one or two intro words to you, to welcome you to the course platform and to the Institute, and equally to other friends of ours. Our friends can speak English or Russian, and given that we have translation. Maciej, please.
Thank you, Zviad. It's great to be here with everyone. And my name is Maciej Bartkowski. I'm senior advisor to ICNC, International Center on Nonviolent Conflict. And as Zviad said, we are partnering with GSAC as part of the initiative of the Eastern European Digital Institute on Cyber Resistance, and helping Zviad and GSAC to run this course as well. And myself, I'm coming from Poland. I was growing up during the Solidarity movement. So I could see how people who were completely or seemingly powerless, without any available resources almost, were able to organize themselves, were able to plan, and were able to eventually win a major victory against an authoritarian regime. And that time I was just a young boy. Part of my family was involved in Solidarity movement. So I was a bit infused in the with the resistance spirit. But it was only years later when I joined ICNC in 2009, when I started looking to what is known as people power, and kind of revisiting what I was living through in my own country, and looking specifically into creative strategies and tactics and strategic planning on the part of the seemingly powerless to be powerful against seemingly powerful. And as it's often the case, the ones that had better strategies were able to win. And I'm always fascinated how those nonviolent movements, nonviolent campaigns can take on a very repressive opponent and still be able to win. And in fact, as we will learn in this course, those nonviolent movements perform much better than violence against such repressive opponents. And this is a fascinating, I think, stories that we'll be looking into and discussing. And I look forward to meeting every one of you on the course platform and interacting and working with you there. So thank you for everyone for joining, and Zviad, over to you.
Thank you much. Nuki, please say hello to us and say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone. It is nice to meet you here. Thank you that you are today with us. We've done very hard work for you for this course to be more convenient for you, to be comfortable for you, and we look forward for your engagement there. If you have any questions regarding the course, regarding the curriculum, regarding everything, you can contact me on info@gsac.g. Please don't hesitate to contact us anytime. Thank you.
Yidimadluba, thank you. Thank you, Nuki. I see Andrei Kruglashev, and I'd like to ask him to say hello to the participants and the community.
Hello, dear colleagues. Do you hear me? Oh,
Yep.
It's my privilege and honor to be among you and to stay among you. I'm also the product of such a school, and Maciej was one of my teachers there, and who actually selected me. And why I'm here with you is because I believe in ability to change things in non-violent way, and I would like to help you, especially on strategy, on message development, and on low budget tactical things, and just to but the most important thing is for me to learn from you, because here the people try to change things with unlikely odds for success, and who often did. So I'm together with you, and will be happy to make the choice of applying and participating a right one. And thank you to other colleagues who made this possible.
Thank you so much, Dякую. Thank you, Andrei. And we got now Greg and Sveta. Hi, Greg. Please say hello in Russian, in English, whatever you'd like.
Hi there. I don't understand if you can see me, but hopefully
Yep.
yes.
We can.
All right. Okay, so I'm Greg Furlow. Я могу с вами говорить по-русски. Видимо, во время этого курса буду в основном говорить по-русски, но сейчас во время интро продолжу говорить по-английски на всякий случай. So I work for the Free Russia Foundation, which I also co-founded back many years ago, actually in 2014 for now, and we are focusing on supporting and developing civil society in Russia, now in a wider region, and assisting those who has to flee the country because of the political activities. So we know that there is a way of doing civil activism, like even from abroad, and like we saw your application, so we know there is like substantial amount of people who is in this situation right now. So we know what to do with that. I myself, I know I emerged as an activist with the Bolotnaya movement, actually a bit before the Bolotnaya movement, but it was a key point, and I observed what was happening in Ukraine after that, and a bit later, and I'm myself based in Ukraine for the last 5 years. So there is a different tangles of experience I can apply with you, and really hope to see your in action and see what you can also give me in this conversation. So let's meet soon in our upcoming conversations.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks so much. Now we got Svetlana Shmeleva. Sveta, please say hello in Russian, in English, whatever you'd like.
Спасибо, Звят. Всем привет. Я 15 лет занимаюсь гражданским просвещением, занималась форумами, семинарами. И так сложилось, мы все об этом поговорим, каждый о своем опыте, наверное. Но 3 года назад я вот физически вышла и на улице из семинаров, и год простояла в одиночном пикете, который не был на самом деле одиночным, потому что всегда находятся сограждане и люди, которые поддерживают это. И каждый активист знает, что если ты выходишь с какой-то инициативой, она тянет за собой все остальное, потому что пикет был в защиту политзаключенных, я стала узнавать о других каких-то людях, которых раньше не знала. И вот этот опыт нарастал, и я очень рада, что у нас есть сейчас эта возможность встречи, потому что я была участницей тоже и в этом институте, и примерно понимаю, что нас ждет. И я очень рада, что в этом году, который, мне кажется, не самый простой год для всех нас, где бы мы физически ни находились, это большая для нас возможность увидеть друг друга, обменяться опытом, поддержать друг друга, увидеть, что каждый из нас на самом деле не один, а нас много. И поэтому я нахожусь в таком предвкушении и рада вас приветствовать. Жаль, что я вас не вижу, а вы меня видите, но я надеюсь, все впереди.
Thank you so much. Спасибо, Sveta. Thank you so much. This is all introductions. Let's go quickly into the course schedule. The course schedule will be looks quite simple here in terms of understanding it. From today until Sunday, from October 8 to October 11, we are going to have welcome and introductions. We'll later tell you, share with you what this looks like in practice. And then we are going to have 5 simple modules. They're not simple in terms of content, but they're simple in terms of their 5. Module 1 will involve foundations of civil resistance. Throughout that first module, you will be able to see some of the fundamentals, basics, some of the examples, what really is civil resistance and why it matters. And second will be cases of historical cases of civil resistance around the world. And we are going to be able to compare some of the examples from history, not too long history, but distant history and modern history to today. We're going to have 1 week for 1 module, and usually modules will start every Monday. And when modules start, you will be given a notification, and I'm sure after 1 week, we'll all know how the modules work and how the assignments work, so on and so forth. We'll do some more of a demo later. Module 3 is strategies and tactics of nonviolent struggle, and we are going to be looking at some of the tactics, strategies, what has worked, what has not worked, some of the lessons, best practices from October 25 to October 31st. And module 4 is going to be very interesting too, about repression, backfire, defections, some of the key topics of nonviolent discipline from November 1 to November 7. Some of the topics that we have already covered throughout tangentially and only partially throughout the symposium. And module 5 is going to be 21st century civil resistance. And that said, we'll be covering 2 main things. One is going to be democratization and civil resistance, and one learning objective for us would be to see whether civil resistance can lead to democratization and what happens after civil resistance succeeds, for instance. And second will be about disinformation technology and some of the exploitation of modern means of communication by authoritarian actors, but also some of the good ways of usage of modern technologies for the benefit of civil resistance campaign organizers and participants, and so on and so forth. So please ask any question in the chat section now, or raise your hand, and we'll come back to you once we approach the Q&A section. This presentation will not take too long for you. The course statistics, we're glad that we have 7 countries. We had 8 initially, but 1 participant has now confirmed from Kazakhstan. So we got 7 countries represented, 49 participants from 7 countries, and 15 plus professions. There may be even 16, 17. quite diverse. Countries represented are these: Armenia, Belarus, Georgia, Moldova, Pakistan, Russia, and Ukraine. Quite a good number here. We had even 11 countries represented for the symposium. And look at the gender balance. It's almost ideal, and we didn't do anything artificially about this gender balance. We just followed the admission board followed the merit-based selection criteria based on people's answers to the questions that we posed. And this is, I'm really happy for this 51 for 49. It was 50-50, then one female participant was added and it became 51. So good luck with that. We are going to, we'll show you physically what things look like in the platform. People Power strategy game. This is what we are going to have. It's an optional, but still a lot of fun. I have opened it myself, individual online strategy game. This is going to be practicing some of the things that you learn, but some things that you may actually be very curious, being interested in civil resistance in general. And you will be playing and enjoying doing civil resistance while not really facing the consequences. So it's going to be only with you and the computer. One thing to note, technical, is that game at this point is only available for MacBook users, and the game is available in English. So I hope it can expand for others in the future. But this is a kind note to you. And then you will also be able to share weekly some of the progress that you have with the game, discuss some of the challenges that you faced, and share some of the ideas where you were able to win, or where you think your colleagues could try and win this game. So this is the start of our online platform and the registration. We see that most of you were able to register for the platform. You have received the registration invitation link. We will momentarily show you, if you haven't, what it looks like. Let's do. Now I'll ask Nuki to run a quick poll for you to see how many of you have received our enrollment email, which looks like this. So if Nuki is ready, we'll have a quick poll. Just answer yes or no if you have received the enrollment email, which looks like this on the screen now. Are you ready, Nuki?
Zviad, we already are running the poll and we're receiving answers.
Okay.
We have answers from 48% yet. Please wait for at least a minute. And
okay.
I'd like to ask all our participants to submit the poll.
Let's do that. We'll give you a minute or so.
We have 85% so far. Please,
Oh.
who didn't submit it poll yet, please all mark your answers.
Yes or no?
We have only 3 participants left. Unfortunately, I can see who participated and who not. Please, all of you, mark your answers. So that we have received from 34 participants out of 36, answers. If you allow me, I can give you the percentage and answers.
Okay.
So first question was, have you received enrollment email? And 27 participants out of 34 received it, and
Okay.
7 participants haven't. For the
Okay.
next question, have you registered? 24 participants out of 35 has already registered, and 10 participants out of 4 didn't. So
Thank you, Nuki.
our numbers look like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuki. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the poll. So those of you who think have not received the email from us, please write as soon as you can to our main email, info@gsac.com, and you have the email in your inbox, I'm sure. And please write that you have not received, and we'll resend to you specifically the course invitations. Or please check your spam folder in case it has ended up in the spam folder. It looks like this, as you see on my screen now. Unfortunately, it's only in English, but we'll show you now for the Russian speakers how to register in Russian. This is the enrollment email. Almost, if not everybody in our calculation should have received by now. If not, please text us as soon as you can. So poll 2, we don't have to run this poll now since Nuki asked 2 questions together. So the registration page looks like this. So once you guys receive this email, then I will share you an additional screen. Let's see. I'll stop this one and share a different screen. Okay, right. I hope you guys see this. You are going to receive, or if you have not received already, this kind of an email like this, and then you click here, and this is what you see. Now, for the Russian-speaking participants, or English-speaking participants, the English version of the course looks like this, and you go and register here. This is the English demo so far, email. Please make sure that you enter the email, exactly the email that we have from you. You have submitted for us, because otherwise you will not be able to access the course. Your full name here, and public username, password. This is pretty much similar to many other things that you would have registered already. Just please make sure that you fill the required sections at least of this registration form. Now, to change the language, you come here in this section and change language to Russian. So Eliso has raised hand. We will give her a chance to speak momentarily. And then you have this registration form, right? And you enter your details, данные, in Russian, and you're going to be perfectly fine. So this is briefly about registration. Hello, Zviad, could you tell us the exact time of the modules? Oh, we'll answer that. let's see, raise hand function. We'll come back to Eliso, our participant who has questions. Let me just come back to my PowerPoint. These are done. We'll quickly come to the Q&A section. What you can expect from the course organizers and moderators. Course organizers are usually for you here to make this course go as smooth, as easy, and as enjoyable as possible. Logistics, coordination, and answering your questions whenever you may have them. And moderators are here to inspire discussions, to answer some of the questions you may have on the course platform. And we are going to do a brief course platform navigation quickly. They will reflect, they will add, they will post some questions for you, but we basically hope that it is going to be you who will drive this conversation, but we are also here to drive and discuss the conversation and discuss things with you. So this is going to be main things as we'll be doing in the next 5 weeks. And there are some things that we need from you to make this course as cool as we can. Commit at least 7 to 10 hours per week, an average of 1 hour, say a lot less time that you may be spending on Facebook or Instagram. So this is true learning. And second item is actively contribute to forum discussions because whatever you see, whatever you learn and read, we believe that without posting and contributing to forum discussions, it will not be as great learning and as enjoyable and as much of a process of growth without typing some of those things on the course platform, seeing what some of your colleagues think. And third item, we are certainly sure that you will be the ones respecting other people's privacy and other people's opinions. As much as there will be, as you open the course page, there will be a brief code of conduct for behaving in the course platform, but we believe that we do not expect any problems from any of you. This is just because we care about your privacy and we care about your sense of security as you discuss some of those pressing things on the platform. And just be curious member of the learning community. So before we go into the course platform, if you have any questions, let us know. I may read some of them, and if you have hand raised, I will give you a chance to speak. We have Mikhail Kirilluk. Mikhail is asking, what are the exact times of the modules? It's a great question. So the modules do not have exact times. That makes it a lot easier for you to log in at any point of the day, regardless of your time zone. So say that you have 1 hour in the morning, or you have 1 hour during lunch or in the evening, log in, do some readings, introduction of the course, objective of the course, 1 or 2 reading materials and videos that you may have, and then start posting your thoughts, reflections, so on and so forth in the forum. The course, as I told you already, a new course, new module will start every Monday. And from Monday to Sunday, you will be able to post things on the platform. After Sunday, you will not be able to revisit, to post things again in the previous module. So it will close and it will open a new course, a new module of the course for you. Hope I answered your question. That's one.
Zviad, if I can add here,
Please.
one thing. So when we open when you open, guys, the module on Monday, it usually takes like a day or two for participants, to review the material, to digest the information available in that specific module. And so we would expect participants to start posting, probably starting from Wednesday, and then reading other participants' posts and replying to those posts, and kind of conversation starting from Wednesday onwards. Now, the role of the moderators is also to respond to those posts, or even to initiate the conversations on the questions that are there in those forum discussions, just developing maybe some of those questions and starting the conversations to incentivize others to join if we don't see participants starting the discussions. But the idea is that by Wednesday, hopefully, participants will start exchanging their thoughts, ideas about what they read and reviewed, and that will be going on till I mean, it can go till next Monday, and then next Monday, as you said, the new module will be open. So we would not like people to kind of remain in the previous module when the new module starts, when you have to review again materials, and when we would expect you to start posting on the next new module. So it's very important that you make sure that you don't lag behind, and that you finish the module within that prescribed week, in order then to move forward and enter the new module.
Thank you, Maciej. That's very helpful. Unless you guys have any other question, I will go to the course platform and do a little tour for you and with you. Right? Okay. I don't see any hand raised. Let's go here. I hope you guys see my desktop now. And if you don't see, please let me know, but I assume you do. So this is something you will see on your own desktops as you start navigating the course. So the course looks something like this, if not something exactly like this. So there, in the next 3 days, you'll be seeing some sections of the course already, because not the rest of the course will not be open all at a time, but we'll open them step by step. So the course navigation videos, let's visit this. This is the course navigation video. So once you click this, you start the course navigation video. And the video explains for you what you can do, what you cannot do, and then how can you do things that you would like to do. So there's one technical detail I would like to explain to you, and you may find this valuable for the rest of the course, which is Russian subtitles. Or any other subtitles you may find comfortable to find them. So here we have subtitles off now, but if we do go to the automated auto translate through this button, we can find so many languages for our convenience: Georgian, Greek, Estonian, whatever. But since we have Russian as our second language, here, let me find Russian and show you how it works in practice. So thanks to YouTube, thanks to Google for making this possible. So
through all of these,
there we go.
We click next. And this gives us an introduction to the
We
content
have
that we will be exploring on this page.
here.
Be sure to always scroll down because there might be words hidden below the screen. We see this picture and think that's the end of it. Then we lose out on.
You can control the speed, normal. You may slow it down to 0.75. I'm sure you'll perfectly use YouTube in your daily life. So this is what the course navigation looks like for the different language speakers. The sequence of the course will be the English title and subtitle, and the Russian title and the subtitle. Let's go into the Russian one, and you will see the same video. And if you do not speak English, or if you have hard time understanding this English, then you will use this button again. Enable the subtitles, change into auto translate, and pick any language, Armenian, or I don't know, anything. So this is what it looks like. Then you will see orientation webinar only after this webinar video is edited. So it's only the old one now that we left, so that you know. You will not see it actually, but this is the old one from the 2020 edition of ICNC, just in terms of the sample. So it's gonna be the orientation video posted. And then we have the community cafe and discussion summaries The community cafe section will be open for you pretty much all the time. This is the Russian version of it. So every section has the Russian subsection, so enjoy it. And then you have main resources and course organizer bios here. You have technical questions and answers section here, but let's see the module. From today until Sunday, we have this module, which is not a module really, it is an intro to the course. And here you see the following. Let's reload this. And you see the participants' bios that participants submitted to us. It starts with Anna Nikabadze, goes into others. It's a mix, it's English and Russian mix of bios. So if you guys feel the need to translate it, feel free to use Google for that. But it's the bios that in the original languages that we received. And you can click next here to see more. And this is the bios. This is participants, as you see. And then you will see moderators and organizers here. And you will see everything else in terms of the resource that you have. I don't want to give you all the detail, not because I cannot, but because I want you to go there and play with the platform, make yourself comfortable with the platform, and get us back with any questions you may have. So this is module 1. This is not open yet for you. This will open on Monday, but this is what it looks like, introduction to module 1. I will show one module as a sample so that you know what modules really look like.
Zviat, also, if you could, to show the participants the discussion forums, because that's where, they would be doing quite a lot of interactions and spending time on, and how to navigate through the discussion forum.
Exactly, yes. As part of this module, I will get there. This is what the module looks like. This is the introduction. And what are the learning objectives? Say, let's go to the substantive part. What is civil resistance? This one. And then you will see these. You see some visuals. You see some numbers. You see maps. You see some data points here. What civil resistance to, where it happened and how it happened, what was the name, what was the year. So you will go there, and then you come here. You will not see it yet, but there will be some required readings, and you will see this required readings as you go into the course. We have adapted some of the required readings for you. So as you enter first module, second module, and every other module, you will see what is the required reading and what is the required video, actually, which is here. It's not visible for you now, but it will be as you progress in the course. And you will do this is an optional video, but since it's very brief, we suggest you hit all the videos. This is our own Hardy Merriman talking about foundational ideas of civil resistance. So let's go. So this is a quiz for module 1. The quiz is very easy, and you will answer those quiz questions based on the readings that you did. This is actually, once you do the first one, then it becomes very easy and very enjoyable to do. Let's go into module 2 to see the discussion forums.
And Zviad, in fact, the discussion forum, you can do that on module 0, because this is discussion forums where people will start from. So
yes, exactly.
You can maybe show basically what the participants are expected to do this weekend already.
Oh, yes, of course. This is engagement and civil resistance. These are some discussion questions we have already, and here for your attention. These are some of the buttons that you would use to add a post, a question, or discussion. Then you use the title section to make it distinctive, and then you type your question or idea here, and then you submit it to the community. This is going to be it, basically. And the same applies. So if you guys are English language participants, we hope that as many as possible can see a single participants discussion, but the English and Russian speakers are almost 50-50% of the entire institute. So we suggest that you go anywhere possible if you feel like you want to respond to Russian language questions or discussions, or if you feel more comfortable with English, you can do the same, just using Russian version or the English version of our course and course module. So this is very simple. And once you start discussion, then once you start discussion, then it goes quite smooth.
Maybe you
go
on,
Maciej.
Maybe you can type something like a greeting in that form with the title, and then you can show to participants. You can go to the discussion tab after you make that post, because in the discussion tab, participants will be able to see all the posts made in different kind of for different discussion forums. So when you go up, and then you can show that when you go up to the discussion tab in the main menu.
Here?
No, up.
Here maybe.
No, there are the tabs that you were showing where participants can access the bios at the top.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes, so here you've got the discussion, and it's very important, and we would recommend participants to check the boxes to follow the posts and to receive notification when the new posts come in. So you see there on the right hand side, you've got like an image of the bell and the image of the post, which you can click in order to follow it. You have it, yes.
Here, yes.
Just below, right? And you can click, and we would recommend participants to click on them in order to follow the posts. And you can also access by clicking, when you are in that discussion tab, you can click on any of the forums in order to see that post that you did. And so again, that discussion tab at the top, it's really the key to navigate through the discussions. And in fact, you can enter also, you can make the same post Zviad did through that discussion tab. So you can, Zviad, you can maybe find your post.
Yeah, it's a post.
Right, and you can find your own post that you already did, and then you can even respond to that.
Suppose I'm following. Look at this. This is some of the filters that you guys have. I found my own post. And it says, hello world, welcome to the Institute. So I'd say, welcome. There. Whatever, the Institute will run for 5 weeks. Submit. So you have it, and you say it's written by staff, because I'm part of the staff. And then you got the voting section here. I'm gonna try this, since this is our endorse section, right? Some of the emojis or some of the things that you're used to doing on social platforms, endorsing or disliking or liking something, and then you can add a response, or you can add a comment on this part. Add a response. Welcome, welcome. There is a lot of welcoming, as you see. Submit. So yeah, this is quite straightforward. There is no rocket science involved. All of you will do this in a fantastic fashion, easy fashion. And of course, anytime, once you have a question, feel free to reach out to us and to your course moderators, actually, because course moderators will be assigned to you, and you will see them. You will see them here. I believe we have our bios uploaded too, as part of the entire course, and other bios too. So this is pretty much, so this is going to, I will show you one or two more items, and I will close my own presentation here, and then we'll ask you for any more questions if you have navigation videos. And let's go to the module discussion. Second is the same, it's just covering different topic: your engagement in civil resistance and your questions about civil resistance. And we have a troubleshooting survey here, but before that we have initial gains survey, and I will be sending reminders, but still we'll be using this survey to ask you some initial questions in module 1, and in this module 1 we'll ask you questions, and we'll ask you the same questions, almost the same questions, at the end of the modules, module 5, and then we'll be hoping to see some difference, what you learned, what you would do differently after attending the Institute, what you have improved, what you have shared, so on and so forth. This is a way for us to observe some hopeful change in your own activity and learning and growth. And this is a troubleshooting survey. The troubleshooting survey is pretty much a technical survey. If you had any problems, you had any difficulties, this is a 1 minute or 2 minute survey that you fill. And that essentially helps us see if there is any technical problems related to your access and usage of the platform. This is going to be looking like this, and you will have a Russian equivalent of that survey. And the final is assignment checklist. The assignment checklist is also a technical one, but please make sure you answer these, because this will help us will help us see if you have completed your own activities, if you have posted something here, if you have completed the pre-seminar learning unit survey, and if you have read the code of conduct. This is the one. You see yes. If you do no, then we would be kindly asking to do that. because this is a single way for us to help you complete this course as effectively and as efficiently as possible, so that our time spent together is as meaningful as we can make it together. So this is pretty much it. And final course evaluation is going to be at the end of the course. And you don't have to think about this now. It's a closed module. We have no module 8 here. It's a closed module. You will not see it. This is pretty much the outlook of your course from now on. You will see it step by step as your modules open, and we are hoping that you will find this platform, course, content, and everything an enjoyable experience. So that said, this is Twitter and Facebook for us. Well, I think we'll share this PowerPoint to you at the end of this presentation. This is next steps, and please line up in your any of your questions you may have, and I will answer them for you. Your next step is please make sure that you check the registration invitation. If you have not received it yet, let us know as soon as you can. If you have received or not see it, please check your inbox or check your spam folder. Maybe it's there, and make sure that you register as soon as you can, since time is already on, and we expect you to start participation in the course and take the pre-course learning gain survey, right? Because we need this to measure progress for you, and then it's going to be fantastic to see at the end what people think from the beginning to the end, to compare what we really accomplished together, and start your module 1 on Monday, October 11. But you already, whoever is registered, you already have the access to module whatever 0, introductory module, and feel free to log in and start your action. This is our motto, how we end this conversation today, and we carry repeating, we keep repeating this, do not expect change, be it. And I myself, personally, what I'm hoping is you to be spreading the word, spreading the skills, spreading all the learning and sharing and growing together to make our own action more efficient, more active, more effective, and impactful ultimately in our own communities and nations. So that said, now we're at the end of the hour, but I will stop here and see if you have any questions. I would love to respond to them. Let's start from the end. Could we start module 1 earlier than Monday? No, Mikhail. We want you to spend time with the introductory course for the next 2.5 to 3 days to see who are the participants, to post some initial discussion questions, so on and so forth, and familiarize yourself with the course platform before we move together to module 1. So every new module, as we said, will start on Mondays. Будете проводить видео встречи в течение обучения? It's a very good question by Linus, and Linus is asking if we would be doing some video meetings as part of the learning. At this point, the course does not have video calls scheduled. However, we encourage you with your own discussion moderators to do periodic video calls. Would be happy to assist, organize it. This, I believe, would be good once you have some progress in the module 1 or module 2 or module 3, and then you schedule a conversation with some of the people who agree with you or do not agree with you to do some FaceTime, see them, and explore something, some of the details, some of the content in a bigger depth. Let's see. Георгий Джахая, курсы пусто, все открылось. Georgi was not seeing the course schedule, but now I think he sees because we recently opened it. That may be the reason. And the modules will close. The previous modules will close once the timeline is met. And please make sure, as Maciej also said, make sure that you complete the module within the framework of Monday to Sunday timing. And again, you can access the module anytime you want, any time zone, doesn't matter. Just feel free to find the most convenient time for you so that you're more productive and inspired to learn and share. I don't see any more questions. Michal, we answered. Unless, please, once again, what are we expected to do this weekend? Yeah, it's Eka Tsimakurize is asking. Yeah, this weekend, Eka, let's do a recap for you. This weekend, we have this welcome and introductions. This starts now and runs all the way until Sunday. And please access your course. Go there and find all the modules that you have access at this point. See who are the other participants and post some initial discussion questions and see what others post. Revisit once you post what others do. Follow up whatever you feel is right, based on the course objectives and your own objectives. Yeah, just get to know the platform as well as you can throughout this weekend. And then on Monday, you will have, we'll have a lot more to do in terms of content. That's all. Hope it answered Eka's question. And that's it for me. I want to respect your time, guys. It's Friday. It's the evening time for most of you. It's the noon time for me. And unless you have anything else to say, unless any of my colleagues want to say anything, I'm done myself. So Nuki may have a question.
Yes, thank you, Sviat. Our participants, first of all, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Victoria and Richard, for doing amazing job. I want to one more time highlight in our poll, so 7%, it shows that 7% didn't receive enrollment and 10% haven't registered. Please, all of you who has enrollment problem, write an email at info@gsac.g. Please use the subject line enrollment for those who don't have enrollment emails yet. And for those who have problems in terms of registering, please mention on your subject line registering. I will be very happy to provide you with additional assistance. So I'm waiting for your emails. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nuki. Very helpful. And that's going to be it, unless Maciej has anything to say or anybody else wants to say something. We could end towards the end of this seminar today.
Thank you, Sviat. We look forward, guys, to seeing everyone online, and we look forward to actually reading your post already this weekend, the introductions, so we can learn more about you and your activities.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being with us, for finding time, for finding energy, will, commitment to the course materials, learning, and devoting your wonderful time to being with us. Let's see what we can today, what we can do to accomplish together. And I'm very optimistic and much look forward to seeing you again and again. You have a wonderful evening.